Silicon Valley is hiding a massive crisis. Right now, the world's biggest billionaires are completely powerless because a single factory in Europe holds a total monopoly over our entire future. If this one building stops tomorrow, everything collapses. And the truth behind it starts right now.
Every single day you use a phone, a computer, or an app powered by artificial intelligence. You think companies like Apple, Google, or Nvidia run the show, right? Well, hate to break it to you, but they are basically just the shiny plastic wrappers. Inside those wrappers are the world's most advanced microchips. But here is the trillion-dollar twist. Apple doesn't make its own chips. Nvidia doesn't either. They just design them on software, send the email to a factory, and pray nothing goes wrong. This creates a terrifying reality. The biggest tech giants on Earth are just drawing pictures of chips while a single faceless creator does the heavy lifting. What happens if that single creator decides to just turn off the machine? Who is the invisible king pulling the strings behind the screen? To understand how crazy this monopoly is, we have to look at what happens when someone wants to buy their product. Imagine walking into a car dealership, putting down $350 million, and the salesman tells you, "Cool, your order will arrive in 2 years. Also, it takes 3 Boeing 747 airplanes just to ship it to your house." That is not a joke. This company builds a machine called an EUV lithography system. It is the size of a double-decker bus, weighs 180 tons, and contains over 100,000 individual parts. It is so complex that it requires a literal army of engineers just to put it together like a giant, terrifying Lego set. Every single advanced piece of tech you own, from the chip in your phone to the supercomputers training ChatGPT, cannot exist without this machine. And there is only one company in the entire universe that knows how to build them. ASML. They sit quietly in the Netherlands, holding a massive 400 billion euro market cap. If you want to build a modern tech economy, you have to bow down to ASML. But how did a random Dutch company beat the US, Japan, and Germany to become the ultimate tech gatekeeper? To build this impossible machine, ASML had to create something science insisted was completely impossible: harnessing a mini sun inside a sealed box. The answer lies in a physical science problem that almost drove the entire tech industry to total madness. You see, to make chips faster, you have to pack billions of tiny switches called transistors onto a piece of silicon. To do that, you have to draw them using light. For decades, standard laser light worked totally fine. But eventually, the transistors got so incredibly small that normal light waves were simply too fat to draw them. It was like trying to write a micro-novel using a giant, messy backyard paint roller. The entire tech world hit a brick wall. Capitalists were panicking. Progress was about to stop forever. Then ASML did something insane. They figured out extreme ultraviolet light, or EUV. To make this light, they drop a tiny speck of molten tin into a vacuum, blast it with a high-power industrial laser twice, vaporize it into a plasma, and create a light wave so thin it can draw lines just a few atoms wide. It is literally creating a mini sun inside a machine. It took them 20 years, billions of dollars in risky bets, and thousands of failed attempts. Every other tech company gave up and said it was physically impossible. ASML didn't. They won. And because they won, they now own the entire future. But this level of absolute power comes with a giant, terrifying target on your back. Who is trying to stop them? When you hold a secret worth 400 billion euros, people don't just ask to buy it. Sometimes they try to steal it. For years, a quiet shadow war has been raging behind the scenes. Competitors like Nikon and Canon completely dropped out of the race because the science was too hard, leaving ASML entirely alone. But then, things got dark. ASML started discovering massive data breaches. Corporate spies were caught downloading heavily guarded software blueprints from their internal servers. In one chilling incident, an employee in China was caught stealing data about the machine's core technology. It is a level of theft that could shift the balance of global power overnight. Because of this, ASML's headquarters looks less like a tech company and more like a top-secret military base. Engineers have to pass through multiple biometric scanners, and their phone cameras are literally taped shut before they enter the clean rooms. The tension inside the company is constant. They know that a single leaked file could end their monopoly forever. But corporate spying is only half the problem. What happens when global superpowers step in to weaponize this monopoly? Right now, ASML is caught in the middle of a massive global chess match between superpowers. And the prize isn't just money, it's who wins the AI race. The United States government looked at ASML and realized something crucial. If China gets their hands on these EUV machines, they can train the most advanced military and artificial intelligence systems on Earth. So, the US quietly stepped in and essentially told the Dutch government, yeah, those $350 million machines, you aren't allowed to sell them to China anymore. ASML lost billions in potential sales overnight just because of global politics. This leaves us with a highly dangerous situation. The entire global AI economy relies on one single company in one single European country using parts that are heavily restricted by international laws. It is a fragile glass tower holding up $1 trillion AI boom. If an economic crisis hits, or a supply chain breaks, or a single factory line stops, the dominoes will fall faster than anyone can handle. So let's actually run that scenario. What does day one of a total ASML shutdown really look like? Here's exactly what day one looks like. Imagine a massive cyber attack, a sudden fire, or a geopolitical blockade completely shuts down ASML for just 30 days. What happens to your life? In the first 48 hours, global tech stocks completely tank, wiping out trillions of dollars of wealth overnight. By week 2, smartphone and AI chip production lines in Taiwan and South Korea freeze. Apple, Samsung, and Nvidia realize they cannot finish their next-generation devices, or the next generation of AI. By week 3, the cloud infrastructure running our banking apps, hospital systems, and every AI tool you rely on starts to choke because there are no replacement chips to repair failing servers. It is a terrifying realization. Our entire AI-powered civilization is running on a digital treadmill, and ASML is the only entity providing the electricity. We have built a world where infinite AI growth relies on one finite supply chain. The industry loves to talk about decentralized networks and unstoppable AI progress. But at the end of the day, everything collapses into a single zip code in the Netherlands. So how did we let the entire future of artificial intelligence come down to one single company? The story of ASML is a reminder that the AI revolution isn't built by invisible algorithms or magic software. It is built by heavy machines, extreme physics, and terrifyingly concentrated power. As we march closer to artificial general intelligence, the battle lines won't just be drawn in code, they will be drawn around one physical factory that makes AI computing possible in the first place. ASML won the race because they were willing to try the impossible when everyone else walked away. But their victory has created the most fragile chokehold on the AI industry in human history. The next time you ask an AI to write an essay, generate an image, or answer a question in half a second, remember the mini-suns and the molten metal explosions happening in a quiet Dutch town. Because the AI-powered world we live in is a miracle. But it is a miracle held up by a single thread. Thank you for watching Future Ledger World. If you want to uncover more secrets behind the machines actually powering AI, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a comment with your thoughts on this monopoly, and we will see you in the next investigation.